Hey AI and hello, welcome back for another one. Many of you guys know I'm not the greatest fan of Screamo as a genre, with some of my most controversial ratings ever actually being another album from Orchid, Chaos Is Me, at a 3 out of 10 as of a few months ago of my most recent re-listen of it. However, I heard many fans and critics alike saying that this album here, their self-titled Orchid album, is a lot different and much more screamo instead of the emo violence of Chaos Is Me. So I'm gonna check this one out for my very first listen, see if it has some new potential I didn't see in any of their other work, and see if maybe I warm up to the idea of this genre just a little bit. Now, since there is quite a lot of songs and short song lengths on this album, I'm not going to be having as many pauses in between every single song. Rather, I'm just going to let it go as a stream of conscious and talk about it as I go. So, first track, Amherst Pandemonium, Part 1, okay. Immediately not as hardcore as their Chaos Is Me stuff, as like the vocals are almost understated by the drumming, while on this song here the vocals are the lead. Even though it's still the screaming vocals, the vocals take the lead here and progress the song forward. Kind of sounds like one of my favorite upcoming bands, actually, Soul Glow. They share a lot of hardcore elements, even if it's not the exact same genre. That was a nice break. And then the little guitar section here. I love how it's got this rebellious swagger that a lot of their other music didn't have. This one, it feels more political in a way, but I really like that about it. Seems to be discussing a lot of the topics of capitalism and the stunting of progress technologically because of a constant need for economic growth. Going straight into, oh, okay, I didn't even have time to say it. Going straight into part 2 of that. I like those breaks, those little choppy sections where the drums break off for him to scream a little bit by himself. Old God is dead. Old God is dead. The old God is dead. That sounds great. I really like that feature. I like that riff too. It sounds like it's progressing as it goes down the fretboard a little bit, and the distortion adds a lot to it. I don't play drums, as you can see. I feel like I'm being shot by a minigun right now, but it's not like painful. I mean, like one part of me thinks it's painful and the other part of me is kind of enjoying this a lot. I think so far, though, my favorite songs have been this Amherst Pandemonium Part 1 and 2. It's a really good segue in between each other, great lyrical matters, and really good instrumentation. Okay, I can kind of see why my 3 out of 10 rating existed for Chaos Is Me. It's kind of happening again, the same concept of taking one good song and just dragging it out. I know it's like super short tracks for each one, but each track feels so similar, similar riffs, same distortion, and same screamy vocals, to the point where I can barely make out the lyrics of it. It's not like bad. These are very technically proficient songs. It's just the fact that it gets boring really quick and you're listening as a full album experience. It's different. This album seems to be a lot more punk-like than a lot of their other work, because both the rebellious swagger, as talked about before, the lyrical matter, and just the song structure of this all feels really punk rock-like. A lot of these songs I can notice some influence of the Dead Kennedys, kind of. Fresh fruit for rotting vegetables, I noticed some similar sounds than that, just a little more hardcore.
Your charitable objectivity doesn't exist.
See what I mean? That's very punk-like.
Because the reference is gone.
Although I like that it's in that minor chord, making it a lot more depressing, kind of, plus with the slower tempo. It's a nice arpeggio.
It's not dialectical.
And then it breaks down into that. I like those muting too on the guitar. Listen to that. Man, I wish that one was longer. That one sounded amazing. Oh, I'm gonna get a concussion after this. Oh my god. I'm rearranging my brain with this album. I can't even control it. It's just going! Oh! Some good drumming. Props to whoever the drummer of Orchid is, because he's really good. Ooh, I like that riff a lot. Kind of lo-fi. Okay, it has nothing to do with the music, but it just came into my mind. This album cover here really reminds me of... they look very similar. Just me? Maybe that's just me. Who knows? But anyway, back to it. Ooh, I want to hear that again. That sounded great. That little hammer on. Oh, I could listen to that 1,000 times. It sounds like it's climbing. I don't want the breakdown to ruin this. I like that a lot, and it's hitting an emotional spot. This one has a lot of at the drive-in kind of sound with the more emo kind of vocals and melody in a more laid-back kind of way like this. It's got the same accent as Cedric as well, of At the Drive-In. That was amazing. Very Tom Morello-esque riff there. That's true. I like that lyric a lot. Sex sells more records than rocks, so let's fuck and forget about the background hums. It's not wrong. That totally just switched up my vibe. I was fully expecting a breakdown there again. Maybe they'll make it work. Let's see. I don't know. It was kind of weak. None More Black. This is, I think, the longest song on the album, so let's see if it has a nice little build-up. Plus, with this starting little melody here and the title None More Black, I want to see if it goes in a more depressing kind of route, or if it's going to break down into a more Screamo kind of route. Maybe a follow-up to Tigers, or a follow-up to something like No, We Don't Have Any T-Shirts. This is very controlled screaming. I like it a lot. It has a direction, and it's kind of merging both of Tigers and songs like that one I was talking about in this. There's so much passion in those vocals. I love it so much. Kind of even goes in a nu metal way. Kind of. Like nu metal vocals with some post-hardcore instrumentation. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm reaching. Those drums and guitars trading off section sounds great. It's like the drums taking in for the bass line. That's a really impressive guitar line there. Man, that's fast. I don't know if they sped it up or they're just that godlike to play that fast and hardcore throughout an entire song, but I'm loving it. Wow, that was another great one. Let's finish off this album with Impersonating Martin Rev. Very atmospheric. Feels like I'm getting lost in space right now. I feel like I'm drifting away in space, and instead of worrying about the fact I'm gonna die soon, I'm admiring the beauty of the nothingness. That's what this song feels like. Those little synth sections there adding so much life to that. That's such a beautiful way to end off such a chaotic album. Orchid's third studio album and the last album they would ever release to this day is by far my favorite album from the band. And despite me not being the biggest fan of Screamo, as I said before, this album still quite impresses me, even with its Screamo aspects as well as non-Screamo parts. I love how it doesn't stick to one total vibe throughout the album. It can go dark and it goes upbeat, it goes punk-like, it can go to just a chaotic arrangement of sounds, but still with all of this, the whole album feels concise and so much more thorough than their other albums. It feels like they properly put the track list together, and even if some of the transitions don't work as well as I'd enjoy, I can see what they were trying to go for and respect that decision. And I really enjoy a lot of the more subtle moments on this with the instrumentation, the tiny little changes in vocal ability and everything like that. This is an album that gets it done correctly. And I'm feeling light 7 out of 10 as of my first listen. Definitely my favorite Orchid album. And what do you guys think of this one? Is it their best? Do you like Chaos Is Me more? Don't flame me for that one, of course. Maybe I'll even give it a re-listen if enough people ask for that. But anyway, thank you for sitting through this, and I will see y'all next time. Goodbye.